Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop. Quick message before getting to the video. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could just do me a massive favor, just go ahead and click the red button. We'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers. So let's crack on with the video. Right guys, welcome back to the workshop. We have our table. It's all been screwed down. It's been left there for roughly a week. We have put in these little battens like you saw in last video, but we need to trim them flush. So I'm going to quickly rough it in with an electric plane, and then we're going to unscrew this table from the tabletop, and let's see if our little trick worked. Hopefully, fingers crossed, guys. So let's quit talking. Let's see if this table's straightened out. So we've gotten the tabletop off. I've flipped it over. Let's see if it's fixed our issue. Yeah, that's pretty flat. Looks pretty flat to me. Yeah. Let's have a look this way. Yeah, we can work with that. So that is a huge weight off of my shoulders. We can now get cracked on with the tabletop, and we don't have to scrap it. And we don't have to do any other complicated things. We can keep our lovely twisty base, and we can keep our lovely tabletop. So, next plan. We need to cut this table down to size and square it all off. Because we have screwed it in, we have these screw holes here. So we need to trim off all the fat, get this down to final size. Then we can move on to filling in any gaps we have and finishing. So that tabletop is close to completion, and later on in the video we'll be sanding this down. And yeah, I do need to go out and collect some more pallets though for the top where this is going to screw onto the tabletop, and the base where it's going to sit on the floor, because right now if we put this on the table, it is just gonna tip over. So we need to make that a bit more stable. But I'm going to quit rambling, and let's go square this board up. Ah, she needs to be plugged in. Where are you, cable? Come here. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Right. Make some dust. Right, so we finished squaring everything up. It's all ready now. It's just sat on my workbench. Just did a little bit of sanding to it, just for one final check to see if there's any gaps and stuff before I start doing the final finishing and sanding. These corners all still need to be rounded over so it's not sharp. So we have got the base somewhat done. We've got the tabletop somewhat done. Now what we need to work on is the mounting, how we are going to mount it to the tabletop, and also how we're going to make the base a little bit more stable. So I have dug out one of these beams. This is a spare beam from when I did my desk build. If you haven't watched that video, it's up in the corner. But yeah, what we are going to do is we're going to cut this up. I've already marked out where my markings are. Oh, they're on the other side. I've marked out all the cuts I need to make. So we are going to mill out some boards, glue them together, and yeah, make the base and the mounting point. So let's quit talking, let's carry on, and let's get cutting. Right, so everything's glued up now. I also, off camera, cut this bit of plywood, but I did some dodgy cuts on the table saw, so I decided not to include that in the video because I don't want anyone replicating my idiot. What's the right word? Idiocy. Idiocy? Is that even a fucking word? Yeah, I didn't record me doing anything with the plywood because I did some dodgy cuts, and God forbid, I don't want anyone hurting themselves trying to replicate my stupidity. So yeah, and also I've got tourniquets and stuff. So if I do have a bad accident, I can fix myself up. And I do recommend everyone else prepare for the worst when you're in the workshop as well. Get a full first aid kit, tourniquets, and all that stuff because yeah, some of the tools we use are very nasty and will take a finger off or slit your arm open like it's nothing. But anyway, aside from the grim fact of working in a workshop, uh, everything's done there. We're waiting for it to dry up so we can cut out the final shape and stuff. And what we are going to do while this all dries is we're going to look for any little cracks, any gaps in any of our patches that we did. And we're going to mix up a little bit of sawdust and wood glue to fill all those cracks and holes and nasty little bits in. So let's do that. Now, I just wanted to quickly say before I get into this, if you are not going to be staining a table and you're just going to be keeping the natural color, what you'd want to use is a clear drying glue. Like this one, this is what I bought. It was literally like £2 or something. It's just cheap, clear drying glue. So the color matches. But I'm going to be dyeing the table brown, and usually when you do these little patches and stuff, the stain doesn't penetrate it, and so if I dyed all this brown, you'd see a bunch of like white lines and stuff coming here and there, and we don't want that. I'm going to be using Tight Bond for this. Usually when I've done this, it dries quite dark, especially when mixed in with sawdust and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But if you are going to be replicating this video or whatever, and you're going to be leaving the natural color of the wood, you'd want to use a clear drying glue. So let's quit chatting. Let's get on a time lapse. Let's get all this mixed up. Right, everything's dried up now. So we are going to flatten it with the router sled. I've already flattened one side of it. So let's quit talking, put you on a time lapse. Let's hurry up and get this all flattened and done so we can start shaping it. Right, don't know if you can tell by the change of clothes, but it is a new day. That's laying there. Sorry about my phone dying and not getting the footage of me flattening it, but it's flattened. It's all ready to go. So we're going to cut it down to final size. And if you can notice, these are little notches that are left out because I ran out of wood, so I had to make the ends a little bit smaller. But to get around that, we're either going to curve the edge or put a straight 45 in. Haven't quite decided yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to size, put the base on top, and have a little think about how I want it to look. Because the twisted base, it's quite a soft curve round, isn't it? So I don't know whether if I put a 45-degree in, it will clash with it, or if I should curve it to sort of make it look. I don't know. I'm rambling. Let's just go ahead and cut it all up. Right, so we got everything cut up now. It's all shaped to size. I quickly put everything together to get one final look at how everything's going to look to see if I want to make any changes. This is how the table is looking so far. Really liking the look of it. I'm still unsure whether I want to round these over or keep them at a 45-degree angle. So you guys in the comments let me know. But all we pretty much have to do to this now is to sand and glue the base up, put some threaded inserts in for the tabletop, obviously sand and stain and finish the tabletop and do a little bit of painting. Then everything will be complete and ready. So I am going to leave it here for this video because I have some personal things I have to deal with now. I can't be in the workshop anymore. And it's Sunday, the last day before I have to go back to work. So unfortunately, we're leaving it here for this video. But let me know down in the comments if you have any ideas on whether I should round those corners off on the bottom or whether I should keep them at a 45-degree angle. I, I don't know if it clashes because the base is obviously a really nice, smooth, twisting design. And then we got those like sharp corners on the bottom. I don't really know what to make of it. So let me know. Give me some insights. And I'll see you in the next video. So like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.